Let's just dive right on in, huh? Hi, energy. I'm finna pull from alignment to see what all going on in the ethers, what spirit want to enlighten with, see if there's any blind spots, bring clarity to just what's going on. I'm up early. I think we're in the 7 o'clock hour still. The 7 still. Let me get my other phone. I'll be right back. It's in my dog pocket. Boy. That's what happens when you just dive on in. Pretty sure that's going to be an important aspect too. Russian. But how it's going to be okay. It's law of rhythm. But we are, 7:55. Oneness, halfway in oneness. Very intriguing energy. Just with the time. I actually want to start with the universal law. And see what universal law is supporting this energy today. Hope I'm not whispering. I don't think I am, but I feel it's very calm just the way I'm talking. Like, make me feel like I'm whispering. Just understand I'm calm. I'm in a calm zone. Guess who still came out? It's rhythm. It is what it is. That's funny. That's been happening a good amount. It happened the other day when I pulled cards. I didn't record. I just pulled them and then took pictures of the energy. And it's the law of attraction. The law of attraction fell out too. Right by my feet. But literally, law of rhythm came right back out. It was at the top of the deck and then it came right back on. Like it is what it is. That's beautiful. Everything's playing out just the way it needs to. Just like the time, 7:57. Even in that middle part, that part that just seemed like it's off track, it's on track. It's whole either way. That's beautiful. And that's the law of attraction. That's funny, perfect. Then the law of action is up top. At the bottom. The law of correspondence. How you responding. That's beautiful. It's just like feeling like I'm off track and then you're on track. Am I going the right way? You're on track. It's perfect. But how you're responding to those things is going to be important. What's up? It was before that. These ones sticking together. What is that? The law of divine. Can't make this stuff up, yo. Just can't make it up. The law of divine oneness is the law of correspondence. That's so perfect. I feel like I want to read these in order just because I feel like this is the whole message already. Just from the universe, which I did just come from out in that vicinity. I was out in gang territory. This one not to receive. But got the law of action, followed up by cause and effect, followed by the law of relativity, the law of gender, the law of placement. Ooh, blind spot. Blind spot. Speaking of placement, there's a blind spot within placement, and I bet it's part of the law of divine oneness. That halfway spot is the blind spot. Who is it? Your focus. That's in reverse. Your focus is in reverse. So it doesn't matter. The law of polarity, energy. The law of compensation is in reverse. This oneness. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. The law of rhythm. All right, rhythm. It is what it is. What house is supporting this energy? 11th house is up top. 11th house is up top. Portal coming right on through. Which makes sense why the law of attraction dropped down by my feet. It's coming through you. Or it could be coming through a TV, the radio. It's a portal. What house is standing out? Or supporting this energy? What house is supporting the law of rhythm? I got the law of attraction by my shiny bracelet too. 10th house. Balance. Hello. And that's intriguing because for me in my birth chart, 10th house symbolizes public status in your career, Seventh house is... Guess where seventh house is at? Guess where seventh house is at? On the law of rhythm. Very intriguing. That's perfect. That's where one more landed out. I gotta get up and see. I think one more landed out, or that was the one that landed out. Yeah, it was. It was seventh house. You're balanced in oneness. Very perfect and good. That's where I can't make this stuff up. I'm happy I recorded because the way this stuff been happening lately have just been so perfect. It's always perfect, but like literally this is like a... It almost seemed like deja vu. Literally, quickly. Quick clarity. Guess where fifth house is at? That halfway part is right on the message. Speaking of the halfwayness, within a wholeness of rhythm. It seemed like a bump, like you're driving in the road, or like maybe a speed bump, maybe. But I feel like a bump or something in the road. That seemed to be called static or something, but you realize it's oneness once you get over it. Like it just come back clear intriguingly. I don't know how to explain that, but it's so perfect. That's the intriguing part. It's balanced. I want to go to the message now. We're going right to the message. Because this is that in-between part. In-between part. Oh, we got a whole bunch that landed out. There's a lot going on. Oh my Jesus, I'm gonna get all the ones that flipped over. I'm gonna get the first 3 that flipped over. Oh, these flipped up, other ones didn't flip up. I'm gonna speak on them though, because they landed out. So that's a lot. That's a lot. But you can't help what don't want help. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You can't help what don't want help. Discipline. Working on some discipline. You that flying camera. You that flying camera. This feel like the music that I just listened to, Marshmallow, Fly, and how I can naturally connect with people, which I just talked about that. I texted myself that yesterday. Yesterday I tied it myself. I did a little detox. I feel the need to sweat right now, like to literally release. So I feel like the need to do it in the sweat form, sweat it out. And I call it detox form. The working out aspect, I feel like I work out every day. I feel like life is a workout, whether I just sleep in bed, and I'm just receiving. Like, my mental is a whole workout within itself to me. So the concept of working out, I do it all the time, but a detox, on top of when you're fasting, it just makes sense to me, honestly. So I would say I'm doing a detox, but not to confuse you guys, even though it's not confusion. But after I did that, I decided I wanted to watch a word, So I went to Joyce Meyer. I didn't even actually finish watching the whole thing. Something that's caught my attention is, what do you think about yourself? And I had to really think, what do I think about myself? And on top of that, as I'm detoxing, I normally look in the mirror. My normal behavior is I like to see myself in the mirror, just to see my form and just to see what's happening. And I thought, I can receive anything. I can naturally connect with anybody. I'm a person who can get through obstacles really quickly. Just like those numbers. I'm already whole, and I can hop over and it's still whole. I can connect anywhere. That's the intriguing part. And it's like obstacles. I can get through obstacles quickly. And on top of it, I'm the wisest of them all. I'm the wisest of them all just because I can do that, and they don't understand that. That's the intriguing part. And that's the energy of flying camera. You're seeing above, because you can come out of yourself like an outer body experience energy. But that energy is intriguing to me just because the flesh still be here. It still be functioning. It's not like some people think of it as when you just sleeping. This energy, you're not sleeping. You literally can still be active. I want to say soul or spirit is out of your body. That's the intriguing part about this. And that's why I said it's like an outer body experience, even though it literally is. But normally I think of outer body as when you are sleeping, you in the sleep form. Or maybe you're just that calm. Maybe that's what does it. I have a card in here that says that the mind elevates itself above the battlefield. It's probably like a safe form. Like you literally can leave out of the shield. So that's an intriguing energy, honestly. But you can't help what don't want help. You're working on discipline. Discipline is important. And you that flying camera. What other ones came out? Reflect. Awareness of the laws. It is what it is. Law of rhythm, it is what it is. Concentrate on maintaining a sense of purpose, no matter time or space. And I go with that flying camera energy. Those things are irrelevant, no matter time or space. And that's the sideway energy. People can only meet you as deep as they meet themselves, past and present. Compatibility would be the most important factor. Probably definitely going with you can't help what don't want help. And compatibility is in reverse. That's it. That's the discipline. That's why it's in reverse. Intriguing. I can understand this energy. Think of how to explain this. Compatibility would be the most important factor. You may be in a situation where it's literally two different perspectives, but you're learning discipline because you're going to recognize, just like those numbers. That's so clarity. It's just like the numbers, but that halfway part is the part where you are in something with somebody and y'all don't think that y'all have the same perspective. But you do. You learn discipline of that. That's an intriguing energy. That's a really intriguing energy, honestly. I definitely understand that energy to the fullest. I put that over there. And I put this card, the one that just triggered me, over here with the other cards. And guess what it says? The mind elevates itself above the battlefield. I knew that was an important message. Followed up by conflicts are often the best education. Then the law of awareness of the loss caught my attention. I'm going to shuffle again. There was more, but I feel I need to shuffle. Discipline. And this is card got 36 on it. Communication in the dark. Just that portal. You have to recognize spirit. It's important. Really, really, I feel like my hat is intriguing. It's really bothering me because I keep dripping down a little bit. But I guess it's okay. It's just... Pardon me, it's just... My hat just kept dripping on down. You learn the value of discipline. I kind of explained that. That's intriguing. Even when it comes to the fasting of Bae, my lover, he's not supposed to be active with me sexually at the moment. And yesterday I actually understood a lot more. That's the intriguing part as into why. It's literally, I don't know, my mind, I feel like it's hard to explain, even though I just explained it even before I started recording. I literally was just talking about this before I started recording. That's the intriguing part. Discipline already came out, and then I'm shuffling, I look down, it's like, you learn the value of discipline. Why you have to wait. And I really did. Like, I really did. Because for the longest, and still to an extent, it's just like, you need to give me some loving. But it's literally, if he can make it through this, he will never cheat on me. Ever. 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 That's the intriguing part. It's like literally a test for him. Like, I am his biggest temptation at the moment. But it plays out in an overall aspect. in the long run. Because if he break this and go against it, he will cheat outside of this. On me. That's the intriguing part. But it's like, with me being his temptation, it's really a cause and effect energy. That's the intriguing part about this energy. Honestly. When it came to me yesterday, I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna wait. Because yesterday, we almost had sex yesterday. Honestly, we almost did. We almost really did. And it's funny because literally I recorded the song and it said that. It's actually on my phone where I recorded it at. Like, I see that look in your eye that's daring me to try it. And he literally, we almost did. But then I started crying. I literally started fucking crying. That's the intriguing part. And I started crying just because, like, his touch felt so good. When you go without something for a minute, it just felt so good. Then I literally started crying. I started fucking crying. And on top of that, I felt guilty. Like, oh my God, we ain't supposed to be doing this. So I just like moved his little hand, you know. And he held me for a minute because he felt bad and he kept telling me sorry. But it's just like, oh my God, we have to wait. We have to wait. I felt it. I felt it within myself. Oh my God, this is wrong. We ain't supposed to be doing this. Even though I wanted it so fucking bad, that's what came to me. One, it felt good. It felt so good. God, it felt so good. But as he kept going, I just started crying. Like full blown tears cried. Like the crying, not like tears that drop, like full blown crying. It's like, oh my God, this is wrong. This is like cheating. You have to resist temptation. And intuitively, I'm your fucking biggest temptation right now. For the long run. Of you not going against me. Us. That's an intrigue aspect of energy, honestly. It's almost like some Ripley's, believe it or not. But seriously, it's true. It's true. And on top of that, it's just like another intriguing energy, just speaking on a sex base, intercourse base. I'm quite certain I would get pregnant right after this fast. I'm quite certain I will. You know, we got the pull-out game down pack. We don't use condoms because, like, we might as well not have sex. I'm not really feeling you. You got me having sex with a dildo. They ain't gonna cut it, you know. But I need to go on birth control, so I need to make me an appointment. He said a year. And I'm trying to respect that concept because I'm not ready for a baby yet either. And it's like, I know it. I know I'm gonna get pregnant right afterwards. I already fucking started crying. I think we on that was day 6. Speaking of in dark energy, today we on day 7 of it. And I got to crying as soon as he fucking touched me. I hate to chuckle, but it's like, damn, that's some intensity type shit for sure. Like, what the fuck did you do to me, sir? What the fuck did you do to me? Put me in alignment, right where I fucking belong. And it's mainly because we together. That's the intriguing part. That's the extra intriguing part. This message, really more message, Spirit. 7th house, the house of marriage, is the law of rhythm. Become who you are by learning who. That's not what that says. Become who you are by learning who you are. Become who you are by learning who you are. That is what that says. Become who you are by learning who you are. I am a hell of a tapped in person. I am like literally the definition of cause and effect, which that's something I already know about myself. But the way it literally happens is so intriguing. There's literally things outside of myself. That's when people think whatever they do don't influence nobody else, or at least the overall aspect. And it does. Like if it happens a lot with the bus sometimes. The bus aspect, they do a detour. I bet you I do a detour too, naturally. It's intriguing. The weather changed. I bet you something about me changed quickly. That's the intriguing part, whether it's something simple as my outfit. You know, you pick your outfit out, then you go and change it. It's really important when it comes to me. I'm doing it for a reason. A detour has happened. Cause and effect has happened. That's an intriguing energy, honestly, that sometimes drives me crazy. But I'd be seeing the law of rhythm of it. I didn't see where we're at on the path. I didn't go to the path yet. I want to go straight to the message when I seen fifth house land on the message. Like, oh, that part, that bump. Or like a speed bump where you have to literally slow down. Then hop right back in oneness. And then that slow down, it literally is, you can't help what don't want help. Discipline. And you are that flying camera. Maybe to even remember who the fuck you are. Which that's another aspect. Even the profanity, the vulgar. I'm not even going to say profanity. The vulgar expressions that I give sometimes seem to offend people. Even my lover, honestly. Which made me even want to go to Google. Like, am I using this word right? Am I, you know, do I need to make some improvement? You know, because much as you tell people like, you know, I don't like you doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. You know, self-discipline. Discipline did come out. You know, am I doing something wrong? Should I make a change? So I did go to Google, you know, Google, what does fuck mean? Google sent me on a little spin, I ain't even gonna lie. I can't even lie. And put the aspect of F dot dot dot. Like, what does that mean? And gave me the definition, but I can't honestly remember what the definition is because I wasn't sure if that was the actual word that I asked Google about. But it just turned out it's vulgar. It's unfiltered. That don't mean that it's wrong. It's just unfiltered. Like rhythm. It is what it is. I seen it at the top. Like I said it. Tried to fix it, but it still came out because it is what it is. In the other word, because Bay don't like when I say fuck or when I say shit. He think it's just like, oh my God, you're being disrespectful. And it's like, how? We gotta take shits. Trash come off like shit, you know, because I think of wasteful things that's like a wasteful of a situation. You know, but some aspects, that's the thing about perspectives. Because just the saying of like trash, somebody, next person's treasure. You know, everything is always recycled. Like, everything is recycled. So something that seems like something that's bad is actually good on another aspect, like another angle. It's actually good. Which I keep learning that aspect too, as into something that's wrong on this side is good. Like my first lesson of that was in an Arab form. When I learned that Arabs, at least the ones I met, you know, I think it might be different levels, but literally, Mid-Eastern aspect, it's okay for them to interact with each other, like have sex with their cousins and stuff. He told me that his family wanted him to marry his cousin. I was just like, what? Like, what? For me, on the other side, it's like, oh, that's incest. That's wrong. That's big wrong. You know, but on the other side, it's like, it's praised. His family is encouraging him to do this. You know, and that's the aspect about them two different spectrums. You know, on this side is wrong. This side is right. This side is wrong. But it's like at the end of the day, in the center point, is it right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? You know, that's the intriguing part. That is driving me crazy a little bit, honestly, within myself. You know, because it's like, I understand both of those aspects. You know, I even got a better understanding. Even what I preach on, honestly, don't yoke with an unbeliever. The best aspect you're going to get is with your family. But it's tricky if you don't grow with people who have the same belief as you. But it do make sense just because you will get the best results. That's the intriguing part. And I am a person who have, unfortunately, had a lot of incidents in my family where incest got played. That's the intriguing part. I say unfortunately because, like, it's not something I would have chose to do. Even though I was attracted to one of my cousins before, honestly. I can't lie. I just never thought about being with him or nothing like that. It's just one day, intriguingly, which made me even get uninterested in that cousin. I had a favorite cousin. Then I had the one that I was had a little crush on a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. But one day they came over to my mom's house, or to our house, and we was in the bed together, you know, just chilling, watching TV. And then they like, I'm in the middle, and then one was behind me, and the other one was in front of me, and they started kissing on me and stuff. I was like, oh shit. Like, I just naturally just moved my little self from like the bottom of the bed and left out the room. And we ain't never talked since. That's the intriguing part. Like, I don't know what the fuck time they thought it was, but it wasn't that time. But I'm not explaining no more than that. That's almost I'll not be forgetting about, honestly, too, like within the moment. Like, I'll be going through some intriguing stuff. It's like, where was my parents at? Where was the adults at? Honestly, within this moment, I don't remember where the hell they was at. I just know that was some weird ass shit. Like, what the fuck y'all doing? It's just, intriguingly, my family always been attracted to me in that way. They always think I'm so damn pretty. Where they just want to interact with me. And it's like, nah. So as I got older and I stumbled into somebody who aspect was like, that's okay. I'm just like, whoa. It made me have a different perspective, honestly. It's in a good way, honestly. Like, I'm not against it. I want to say I never was. It's just I was told it was wrong. I grew up thinking that was wrong, a problem. Which I still do feel like it's a problem, definitely when it's not consensual. A lot of pain comes in that. Definitely in younger people, they can't speak about it, or they speak about it and they go unbelieved. Like, for me, I went unbelieved. That was just one example. I didn't tell nobody about that. I want to say my first people I told about, I think I told somebody else the story before. I think I actually told my family later on when I got frostbitten. We had a conversation about a lot of things. That's when I learned, oh my God, I got a history line of this continuous behavior. And it go miss because nobody talk about it or go unbelieved. It's an intriguing aspect when something happens to you and then somehow you forget that it happens, and then the next aspect tell you this happened to them and you act like that's so impossible, but you went through it. You went through it, you lived it, you know it happened. But I think it's just, I don't know. I actually have a card in here also that says the same energy as into, I don't know if I forgot or I had to move forward like it was a dream. It's that energy. Because like they act like it's impossible. Like, this stuff don't happen, but it happened to you. You just didn't tell nobody. You just carried on, like, just like what I said as to, I don't know if I forgot or I had to move on forward like it was a dream. It's a lot of that energy I learned when I got frostbitten. Like, oh my God, I got generations of this behavior. And it's mainly because nobody talk about it. It happens, but nobody talk about it. Or if they talk about it like me, it went unbelieved. Like, it's impossible. Like, I was amazed. And mine was the same sex. When I actually spoke up, it was same sex based. My cousin wanted me to eat her vagina. Up there playing spin the bottle while the adults downstairs, they have to talk about we just being kids, but these kids up here playing spin the fucking bottle. And my cousin wanted me to eat her vagina. I was like, you fucking lost it. I went and told my grandma. And my grandma did not believe me. She didn't think two girls would be into each other. Then that's when I stopped going to my grandma's because my mom was upset when I actually told my mom. So I wasn't able to go to my grandma's no more, which made me not be able to be around my cousins because my grandma had the hot spot, which literally obviously was the hot spot. She had the hot spot. Just very welcoming of everything for the most part, obviously, but not in a way where you thought it would be being harmed, but in a good way, metaphorically, like, come over there, now you're going to get a big meal. Everybody gathered there pretty much. But a lot of pain happened with the kids, I learned. Because adults think kids are just being kids, even though when they were a kid, some painful shit that was happening that shouldn't have been happening to a kid, or a kid shouldn't have been experiencing. We may be getting to this topic. Oh, there's two different spectrums of right and wrong. Who's right and who's wrong? You know, that's an intriguing energy, honestly. That was my first lesson. That's what made me mention it. My first lesson was in an Arab form, as into learning, because he cared for me. He would have wanted to be with me, but his family wanted him to marry his cousin. And I was just like, damn, that's intriguing. And with discipline, there is no cutting corners with excellence. Who's up under? The balance. There is no cutting corners with excellence. I feel a hell of important. I feel like even just what I was getting at, honestly. And then his corners is going literally up to you, that flying camera. I want another card for that. Blind spot. Blind spot. Who are you, blind spot? Guess who it is again? Guess who it is again? You learn the value of discipline. Discipline is hella important right now. And there is no cutting corners with excellence, which I just literally explained this. I literally just explained it. Even when it came to me and my lover, or comes to me and my lover, and him not being active with me right now, how important it is. It creates a real solid balance. Very solid balance. Even though it seems like something that's obvious, like if you wait, you're gonna want each other so much more, appreciate it, it's gonna be really good. You go without it. But it's bigger than that. That's what I learned. That's what I learned, the value of discipline. Because I will say I didn't understand it. Like, you trying to cheat me out of something, sir, and I don't like it. No, he's protecting me. He's giving me his best self at the moment, literally. It builds a hell of a trust bond. That's the intriguing part. That's intriguing when you are your person's biggest temptation. If you can make it through this, we're going to be so Gucci bandana. And we almost fucked up yesterday, but yesterday taught the lesson. That's the intriguing part. I actually recorded something. It was an NWA song by, I can't remember his name right now, but in the video, it's in my other phone. But it was a person within that video. It was like people in one part of the scene, they started kissing, but the part I'm thinking about is he started taking the bra off, but then he snapped it right back. That was our energy. That's the intriguing part. Like, started it, but stopped. Snapping this shit back up. Don't you do it. I was like, that's so intriguing. That's literally what happened. And I just recorded it. But when I seen it, I knew with an energy, like, that's some cheating energy. But then you're going to stop doing it. You have to wait. That's like literally preparation for marriage, literally. That's the serious part of it. It will show if they will step outside of your marriage. You are the biggest temptation for that person. That's the intriguing part. That's such an intriguing energy, even with me saying it. Because, like, literally, I'm trying to think how to explain this. I'm going to use the cards really quick. You don't think that it's cheating because it's your person, but they're supposed to be waiting. And if you do it, then they're going to wind up stepping outside of you. That's an intriguing energy, honestly. Be strong and firm. Be strong and firm. This is so clarity for sure. I want to say it's a blind spot, but it's clarity. I just literally projected this before I started recording. Another blind spot. Review progress by harmonizing with synchronicity. Review your progress by harmonizing with more strategic energies of the season. What's going on this season? What's going on with the hot spots? Actually, I've learned that. I didn't even mention that. I didn't tell you guys about that yet. Cause I've been going with the flow. It's like I've been trying to like pretty much dialogue and vlog this experience, honestly. Coming and translating and pulling energy, or just letting you guys know what's going on. Which I did mention the fasting, how I was all up in my head about it, you know, the aspect of not being able to touch my person or not being able to touch them or talk to them, like literally operating like a ghost. Like that had me with so much anxiety. Definitely because we just had a heavy situation. It's like now that we're good, you want to rewind back. You want to rewind back to the past behavior of a separation. Separation caused problems. It caused not so pleasant feelings. You feel unimportant. At least that's how I felt. I felt like I wasn't important because you weren't focusing on me because we were separate. I wasn't seeing the bigger picture because we were separated. And probably vice versa, honestly. That's the next card. That's the next card. Once again, that's the next card. Mistakes and conflict are the best education. Mistakes and conflict are the best education. But in the fast forward of just a rewind, I actually just learned we have just entered into a new year. Like in the Chinese calendar, they just started in February 17th, which is the day I actually knew it was time to fast. For the Muslims, Africans, they start fasting for 30 days in February. And when I looked it up, they said it either starts on the 17th or the 20th. And I was telling you guys, like, I wonder what day Bay gonna pick up. Because he was waiting for other people to be like, okay, we ready. He just didn't do it on his own. Like, I want to do it on this day. He was waiting to do it with others, which I guess it makes sense to do it, obviously, with other people. That's of the same aspect of you because they're doing it too. But I literally had the mindset of it started. We on it. It started the 17th, the day of the new year, which I just got. My other translator told me like, oh, New Year just started. Or I actually thought it was coming up. Somebody had commented. She was doing a live like translation. She's a tarot reader too. And somebody had commented and said the New Year started or it was about to start. And I was like, oh. So I went to my calendar and put Happy New Year. And then I guess somebody said the New Year already started. So I had to go look at it myself. Like, I'm all confused. But when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, I'm right on track. Law of rhythm, I'm right on track. The New Year started on the 17th, which made me understandable as to why I'm so emotional as to, this is a new start. Why are we doing past behavior that don't make sense? We're not drawing in what we really need. We're not, for me, I thought in the form as to, we're not getting the attraction that we need because we're not doing authentic behavior. But we're suppressing ourselves and we just want to be loving on each other. But it's another aspect of a manifestation that can come in of a law of attraction, but I understood my emotions then as to why I was behaving the way I was. It's like, oh my God, New Year started and we backtracking energy. We ain't getting no forward movement because we're doing backwards energy that don't make sense. Which even within something that made me feel more comfortable is I still do get affection from my person. You know, he still is showing me compassion. It's like I'm showing him compassion as to, we still give each other hugs. We still do kiss. We just not having intercourse metaphorically. You know, he works the hours of his fasting time. So it's not like I got to deal with that too much because I'm not actually fasting. Like I'm not going without food at the moment, even though my person is my food. That's my main thing I've been getting as to, you are my food, sir. And you trying to starve me to death and I don't like it. Definitely when he come home and he eat, but he still don't give me no affection. It's like you trying to starve me to death. That's foodery. Like that food ain't no substitute for you. And I feel like he didn't understand that part, but that's another reason that had me so bothered. It's like, you are my food. He said, you are my food. But, so that's one of the synchronicity energies also, or strategic energies of the season. We got a new year that just started within the Chinese concept. And for the African Muslims, they have started a fast and can't think of the name of it right now. I keep telling you, but I keep forgetting, honestly. Probably because it's been driving me so crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like the fasting has made me a little confused. But I have to understand we are a mixture. These ain't just Africans doing this. We are a mixture. So it's hard to follow one traditional way when, I want to say we're not traditional metaphorically. But then that could be a perspective. It's like, why are you not? You ain't the only generation aspect of different couples that come together. Did I say that right? different structures that have come together. We ain't the first of it. So it is in the tradition aspect, but I guess in a different form, just like the different spectrums I'm about to talk about. We're not, you know. I'm spiritual. I'm American. Somebody actually asked me that. They said, are you what did he actually, because I actually think this is part of this energy, because I'm a person who literally, I don't know my roots. Don't get me to lie like I do. People ask me, what am I? And I honestly don't know, because I wasn't close with my family like that, where we talked about our mixtures and what we actually are. Like, I have heard that I have Haitian in me. Other than that, I don't really honestly don't know what my mixture is. Like, I don't even know my goddamn birth father. I don't know what he is. I don't know what my mama is. Like, it's intriguing how you grow up in a dysfunctional family, but you don't realize it's dysfunctional because you don't realize you're supposed to be talking about things that you just never talk about. So it's intriguing. I guess I gotta take one of the little ancestry things, but my past tense situation make me question those things. Like, are those accurate? The DNA form that should have said wrong.com came up like it was right from what I heard. I didn't see no results. Like, I had never seen the paperwork, but they told me that it came out like it wasn't right. And it's like, hell no, there's no way that was accurate. You know, there's just no way that's accurate. But that's why I question, like, I don't know, that should even work either, honestly. But I honestly don't know what I am. But I have been told that I got a little Haitian in me. But Haitian and what else? I don't know. It's a great question. I wish I knew, honestly. I wish I knew. I don't know. It's a great question. But I know that we're a mixture. I know I'm not African. I know that for sure. Yeah, for metaphor. I know I'm not that. But it was the question somebody asked me. It made me really have to think. I think they said, are you American or Black American? What did he say? African American or Black American? I can't remember, but oh, damn. I feel like I put myself on spot because that was an important aspect. It was like, what's the difference, or where did you get in that? But it came out that they were all a Black American or something like that, or other than African American. I can't really remember. I dug it. I kind of want to ask that person that, but it's been a minute. He wanted me to clean his house for him, actually. Which I might still can. It's just, it's an energy that I was just like, I don't know if this is what I really want to do, but as into cleaning people's homes and things and businesses, it's like it's something I'm good of. I actually thought about doing a business in that form, but it's like, I don't know if I want to be looked at in that form like I'm some goddamn maid or some shit, if that makes sense. Even though I love cleaning. I like the results of it being clean. I like the feeling that people are more comfortable because their surroundings are clean. I like that feeling. It's just, do I want to invest my time in that, you know? But I still might reach out to him. He wanted me to clean his kitchen and organize it and stuff. But I don't know, I might. But he the one that brought it to my attention. He came into the store. This is when I was working in the Boost Mobile store, helping out in there. And he came in there and he seen me doing that. And he wanted me to clean his home for him. But he came in there and he was talking about a lot of Black history. And it's just like, I'm a person who don't get stuck on that Black history stuff. I don't know. I don't know. That segregated energy just always just like, I don't know. I do know it's just something I just don't get stuck on, because it make you just either, for me, it make you hate the other side, honestly. That's just the way I think about it. You know, even though there is some areas where it's like, I feel like people of a darker complexion don't get the credit that they deserve, honestly. I do understand and I do get that. But then again, at the end of the day, I feel like we are. It's an intriguing energy, honestly. I feel like I'm trying to explain something that I'm having a hard time explaining, because it's like I didn't take it so seriously when he was saying it, because like I don't view things like that. I don't have a one perspective within that type of an energy. And he kept forcing it on me, like, it's like, I actually said, like, you must be one of them Black power people. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't work off that. I work off energy. And energy don't come with like a color form metaphorically. It's some blind energy stuff. That's the difference with me and how I operate. It's just that question he asked me was intriguing, and I'm trying to explain, but I can't honestly remember. That's the random part. It's like I want to speak on it, but I can't remember what the heck he said. There's something of that energy of, are you a American or a black American? And I was just like, what? Oh, I can't remember. I kind of want to be like, what was that question you asked me about? Am I Black American or African American? I think it was that, African American or American. I think that's exactly what it was. Are you American or African American? And I think he was saying that everybody was African American. I think that's what it was, honestly. I think it was that. He was saying everybody African American. And I'm just like, what? We are? It kind of makes sense, but it's the aspect of who was the first? Was black people first or white people first? That's what it came to be. He was saying that black people came first, that white people just, I can't remember how he said, because it's like, how are they so light then? They lived in caves and stuff, which I kind of understood that, because I change colors. I don't always be this light. Sometimes I get a little darker, honestly. In the summertime, like I change with the season, literally. In the summertime, I get darker, and it's not because I'm in the sun. It's literally, it just happens. And then when it starts getting warmer out, getting warmer, but like colder outside, cooler, I lighten up naturally. It's something that naturally happens, so I can understand that aspect, But it's just like, it's a question that people really do be seeking. Who came first? Was it black people first or white? And it's like, if it was black people, how the hell did they get so light? How did they get light? How do you go from so dark to get so light? I can understand having an albino type of that situation where it's like you ain't got no type of color, but I guess that's close to being white, metaphorically the closest I ever seen somebody to being white. And it makes sense. But like literally, how did it go from being so dark to so damn bright? Like the color wheel, like if you put something that's mixed the colors together, it just get darker and darker. How do you get it so lighter? How you do that? Always a mystery question if you ask me, and it's one where it's just like, I'll let it just be a mystery, because it's like, even the way, explain to me how I go from so dark to, even that might be a way how did it go from being light to so dark? That makes more sense, honestly. But how did it go from being dark to so light? Or if it's like literally like the sun or the moon concept. Like you naturally get day and then you get night. Like that's two different aspects, intriguingly. There's maybe like some was aliens, different planets wound up coming together type of shit. That's what it feels like. The only way you can explain it. You thought you was the first of a kind, but it's a whole other kind over here. That just came together eventually. But like literally to say it started off as just one, like come on now, you're not about to play with me today. Y'all not about to play with me today. Like that's why that black stuff is just gets real intriguing. Now I am a darker complexion person. I am, and I'll never try to think that I'm white. I don't even play that card because like, I'm good on y'all ones too. No shade. I'm more of a foreigner behavior. Even though I date a foreigner, I still ain't accepted. I give myself jealous. For the most part, honestly, it's still a judgmental behavior. Like, you need to be covered up. Why you got so much ink on you? Why you talk back? Like, what the fuck? Why would I not? And why I gotta be covered up for what? Who I'm hiding my body from? Spirit loved my body. Spirit told me to even do it. Who am I hiding from? It's a new day and age. It's better weather and everything. Before y'all was out in the desert and shit, sleeping outside and shit, you need to be covered up. What you covered up now for? Like, I guess to protect your body, I do sometimes too. Like it's summertime and I'm out in a hoodie like this because I don't want to get skin cancer and shit because the sun just beaming on me. So I understand protecting your skin. I get it, but it's like when it's just forced, because it's like I don't want nobody else seeing your body. You just come indoor, you take your clothes off, or even leave the shits on. That's some weird shit to me, but to each his own. To each his own. I just give an example as to, I do identify more as a foreigner as to I go misunderstood. I know I'm a mixture of something, I just don't know what it is, honestly. And that's one of the main problems when it comes to mixtures. What angle do you go on? How do you operate? I Law of attraction, intriguing. Where are we at on this path? I wonder what zodiac standing out. What zodiac standing out? Then we're gonna go to the path. I might end it with the path, where the mind is at. The mind is, I like to say, honestly, that middle part, and that's the main thing. It goes right back to the time. I'm so happy I went and got my other phone and look at the time, because this whole message is literally displaying within that time concept that I'm getting at. Even when they want to separate it, that half part is that separate. That 5 is that separate energy. I think I explained it quite good. I said, look, planets just came together, you know? Thought you was the only one, but you weren't. Who created those ones? Figure out who you pray to. That'll be a great start too. A lot of people just do things, they don't know who the hell they're praying to. But they think they believe in different gods and lords and things. It shows there's a difference. But who was the first one? Why gotta be a competition? Can you learn just to compliment each other? We want to know who was first though. Maybe you know who first, you just pray to that one. Can you appreciate there was more than just your one concept though? They just stuck on something had to be first. I think it's just the aspect of, just from the history of your understanding, you thought it was one. It's one of what you are aware of. But there was more. They drive me crazy. That's why they drive me crazy, yo. But I work with energy. I'm an energy person. So I want to be like, don't be mad with the translator, just the messenger. Don't be mad with me. And then that's just my perspective. What I'm saying is just literally my perspective. If you know better, you can always feel free to comment on my stuff too. You know, give me your feedback. I take it. It is what it is, but I'm pretty sure it ain't gonna change mine, because I'm energy. I'm energy. It ain't gonna change my mind. Mine's legit. Light in the dark. Cancer energy. Ha 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 ha. The moon enters in the dark. How funny. Yesterday I pulled cards. See, no, the day for yesterday. And literally, I'm a Taurus energy. Birthed out as a earth base. Hella connected. Lucky me. But on the sides, because I normally pair my cards up in threes. And Taurus is in the middle. And on one side was Cancer energy. And the other side was Scorpio energy. I literally was surrounded by water. Hella balanced. That's a solid energy in the dark. Scorpio to me symbolized solid. And Cancer, light in the dark. Like I'm a moon goddess on top of that. But you see what direction my moon is in also. That's a complete aspect. It's not facing upward or sideways. It's complete. Then I gotta show you guys my tattoo. I'm gonna zoom in on it really quick for you guys. Then I got the jewel on there. Then it leads down to my heart. Got a honeycomb shaped heart that leads down to my all-seeing eye, which my all-seeing eye is down here. But I'm a moon goddess. I got a tattoo on my ring finger too. This is just naturally my energy, and it's a water base. And in my birth chart, my first house is Scorpio, and so is my 12th house, which is my feet. And then in my middle area, which is my 4th house, is Pisces, which we're actually in Pisces season, but that's a home and family. And 4th being my middle area, it's probably my children. It's my children that I birth out, or just will have. I want to say birth out, but I have had a child that didn't get a physical form. Just literally gave me a peekaboo of like, meet your spirit guide. Because it was already guiding me. That's the intriguing part. I know what I will produce. I'm already tapped in with it. That's an intriguing energy of even learning that lesson. Actually, I watched something yesterday. I think it was actually why, I don't remember what I was watching. I was doing something, but a commercial came through on, did I say advertisement or commercial? I didn't say commercial. Came through, and it was pretty much one of the little sickly kids, when they were saying one of the kids had cancer. And the first thing that came into my mind was like, oh my God, Appreciate that moment. People get so afraid by those things, but it's like they don't actually cherish the moment. That aspect is not time to panic. Literally cherish it. Appreciate all those moments. Pay attention. Show them how important they are. Because they're gonna be the ones that guide you. Those are one of the ones that you pray to. Literally. I was like, that's so intriguing. Because I knew that, but I never really thought about that. Honestly. I never really had no extreme situations like that where I had to deal with somebody like that metaphorically. But that's what Spirit told me. Like, literally, appreciate the moment. Those aspects, you just appreciate the moment. Other than complaining because, you know, they need so much help and, you know, they're not going to be here so long. Exactly. Exactly. Appreciate it. And guess what? Guess extra what? Guess extra what? Guess who this energy is over by? Which actually Cancer card came out. But guess who it landed over here by? Guess who it landed by? You that flying camera. You that guidance. You that angel. That's hella perfect. And then up under there or next to it was you learn the value of discipline. Appreciating that. Sometimes people have a hard time in difficult situations to appreciate things like that. They look at it just like, it's so painful and so wrong. Why this happening to like a child? Their purpose was to come through quickly and leave out quickly. Your job is just to cherish it and appreciate it because you know the importance of life. But I have. I just said I have. That's funny. I was already connected with our birth. Then I actually had it in me, and then it went right back up and continued to guide me, even though I was doing it the whole damn time. It's that same energy. That is so perfect. You that flying camera. And that number is 60 on there. It's in the dark offended energy. They guide you. That's just like how I speak about my snake. The first snake I had, which I named him Watershine. It's so funny how that storyline goes because I actually got this tattoo first, which goes as to the guidance was already with me. Already with me. And then a couple of days before my birthday, I stumbled into this guy and I had just got off work and he was at the bus stop. And he was like, I just got this snake. I just saved this snake from about to get hit by a car. He said, you want to see it? And he took it out the bag. And if a person like me would have never thought I would have just reached for a snake. I would have been like, oh my God, what you doing? Get that away from me. I literally reached for the snake. The snake started climbing all over me. I fell in love with the snake on sight, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. And he said I could have it. So I took it home with me. Bought it a big old aquarium and stuff. You know, it was a little snake. It was a little garden snake. It wasn't like a stream one. It's just the whole aspect. It's a snake, you know. To me, I thought, like, oh my God. You would have thought, I would have been afraid of it. But I was amazed I wasn't. And he actually let me have it within that moment. Because he liked the connection that we had. I went home, got an aquarium and stuff, went and got food for him, but he wouldn't eat. That's the intriguing part that kept driving me crazy. But then I learned after he passed away, the way he passed away was so intriguing. I literally had him on my chest. It's like, it's intriguing feeling when you know somebody is about to transition over. You already know it, like you feel it, like you are literally about to die. I knew he was about to die. And I had him on my chest one day, laid in my son's bed, because, is that in my son's bed? I just like being in my son's bed sometimes. I don't know why I was in there, but I was in his bed this time. And I put the snake on my chest, and eventually, like while I was relaxing, I felt energy leave out. I felt his energy leave out of him. That was an intriguing feeling. It was quick too. Like it just, and then I just sat there for a while. Like I don't know what my emotions was during that time, other than, oh my God, because I knew he was about to die. I knew he was about to die. So I laid there for a little longer. Then I got up and I told my son, and then we walked to like somewhere I like to go, where it's like a big old pond, but it's like a trail, like in a circle. This was in Groveport. I put him in Groveport pond of water. So I used to go there a lot. And I placed him in the water for his resting area. It was such an intriguing feeling though. Like when I actually think about like The actual feeling of something leaving out of something. Like it just, it was an intriguing feeling. It was quick too. It was quick. But the whole thing is, sometimes it's hard to believe that you know when somebody about to die. It's not like you just guessing. You know they about to die. Like I want to say I really had no reason other than he wasn't eating, but I didn't have no reason to know that that exact day he was going to die. And he died. On me. It was intriguing. But the whole aspect, even where his purpose was, he loved me so much, he starved to death. Now he guides me. That's the intriguing part. But intriguingly, I feel like I was already connected with him because I went and got a tattoo of him. And the day before my birthday, I received him. I got him around my birthday time. And he died like a month later. But that's part of the energy. I don't know if I recorded it, and I was talking about how I was talking to somebody from a donation center, and she was asking me if I had pets, and it's like, damn, I did have pets. I even just was pregnant, but they all transitioned over so quickly. It made me seem like, oh my God, like, what the world? It's not me, it's their purpose. But I do treat them good and appreciate the moments, y'all. I really do. I really do. My child, I just was pregnant. I would say I did good. I made sure I ate a lot and things like that. It's just, I was stressed. I ain't gonna lie. I expected my pregnancy to be a jolly time. I expected to have support and guidance, you know. I didn't. I was solo. It put me in a panic mode. And that's why I went back to the other side. But just because it's important for spirit to be important, our gift that we have, we can't keep going into placements that don't appreciate us. It's important to be prioritized. But my pets, I treated them probably better than people, honestly. I had a cat. My cat name was Juice. He was orange. That was a gift that was given to me too when I first came to Columbus. I was working at McDonald's. My first job when I came here. They hired me on spot, which later on I realized the owner of the building liked me. It's funny because he was African. It was a franchise company. And one day he crashed into his own building because he was like, oh, you're so beautiful. He crashed into his own fucking building. I was just like, how intriguing, sir. How intriguing. But more of the story is, it makes sense why I got hired on spot. It's just, I did. And I appreciate things like that. When people don't waste time with me. Like, I need an opportunity. You able to give it to me? Well, I got to wait all this goddamn time. Let's get to it. But I was at that job, and somebody came through the drive-thru, and they was telling me that they pet just had puppies. Did I want one? Because I guess they had too many. And I'm like, yeah. And they brought it to me when I got off work. And I used to carry like real big bags, which that was another one of my situations. When I first came to Columbus, I got robbed when I first came to Columbus up north. Which people were saying that north is an intriguing area, which I still keep my perspective as to. I get all my blessings from up north. I don't know about your experience, but me, other than when I first got here, they gone and got me. Which that's a whole other aspect of the energy too that this played out, honestly. But literally, I still give credit to up north because they racked me up with all my blessings, honestly. But it's carrying really big bags, like really big old duffel bags, almost like some suitcase type shit. But the bags were like real fancy and cute. But I didn't keep that much in there. Like it literally was probably, the day I got robbed, I probably had $10 in there, some Mary Kay makeup, some pepper spray, and my ultrasound pictures because I was pregnant during that time. And I was walking late at night because I wanted to go see my lover, even though my lover told me to stay home. That's another aspect of energy. Even how I got frostbitten. I was told to stay indoor and I still went outdoor. Discipline, ma'am. You learn the value of discipline. I go through life too. Okay, I get it. I learned it. Even though I still don't even regret that. I feel like it's a trophy because I'm still doing it. Couldn't even stop me. I still be doing it. I was in the fucking hospital still pulling cards. That's the intriguing part. That was literally a mind over matter because my hands was fucked up, honestly. But I really didn't feel so much pain. That's the intriguing part. It's an intriguing energy, but anywho, walking late at night up north, these people rode by me, and I noticed they did, but I wasn't paying attention. Like I was paying attention, like I didn't take it so serious. Like people drive, people gonna ride past me. But I want to go on the side street, and they must have seen me and thought I had more than what I did, because I had that big ass bag. Probably thought I was like a prostitute or some shit. Like, oh, she probably got some money, you know. But as I was walking, the car came back. Like, I was walking this way, and it came behind me. And I said, "All right." It's been some years, I remember. Because somehow they came behind me. The car came this way, so I must have been walking this way. They came behind me, and he hit me in my head with the fucking gun. He was like, "Give me the bag." And I'm just like, shit. You can have. I knew nothing was in the fucking bag. Like, ain't shit in the bag. You know? You're not about to get too much. You know, so shit. I nicely slipped that shit off my shoulder. And then he hit me in the head again with the fucking gun. Like, again, I was upset. I'm like, God damn, I already gave you the goddamn stuff. The fuck is the problem? I'm cooperating. But then I kept walking, and then they got in the car and they left, and then I was a little freaked out just because, like, that just happened to me. So I was knocking on people's doors, like, trying to call the police. Nobody would open the door because it was late at night. Then I actually seen somebody who was outside in their garage doing something, and he let me call the police. But that situation was crazy because I didn't know the make of the car. I'm not good with the type of aspects. It was hard to even explain what type of car they was in, other than it was an old school car. But I learned years later it was a Monte Carlo type of car, a white Monte Carlo. But that situation was crazy. And it's intriguing because once I got to my person's home that I was staying with, I was dating during that time, he was like, "I told you to stay home." And he, you know how they be like, "Why you didn't run?" Or not even him. He didn't feel that way. He was upset, actually. He got in the car and, you know, wanted to go hunt for people and shit. It's like, nah, yo, it went the way it should have. I'm still alive, you know. It's just, I was pregnant during that time. So I was like, you would have harmed, if he even would have shot me, like, you would have killed me and a newborn baby, and you wouldn't even got shit. You would have been in jail looking stupid. Because all you got was $10, some fucking Mary Kay makeup, and some pepper spray. Pepper spray probably was the best aspect. And then $10. Like, what the fuck? Stupid motherfuckers. But people was like, "Why you didn't run or scream? You know, why you didn't have your pepper spray on you in your hand?" Look, it was slippery outside. You know, I could have fucked around and maced his ass or pepper sprayed his ass, then wound up getting shot because, you know, he just pulled the fucking trigger. I'm trying to run and shit. It's slippery out here. You know, people's intriguing. People be like, "If it was me, I would have did this and this." It wasn't you. How about that? You know, that's the intriguing part. Because, like, I feel like I did the right thing. Like, but it's like, it did make me think, like, why didn't I have my pepper spray on me? It doesn't even fucking matter, honestly. I actually didn't even want the pepper spray. I feel like carrying stuff like that brings in danger. Scary energy brings in danger. That's why I don't normally carry knives and things like that. I feel like it draws in scary energy. Honestly, it's just, he gave it to me. It's like, you should have it on you. I'm a person who would never even walked around with that shit anyway. But it's just like, that could have went all wrong. I could have fucked around and pepper sprayed my goddamn self. Or tried to pepper spray his ass and get shot just because, you know, he blind and shit and just shoot him blindly. Like, it just could have went all wrong. I could have tried to run and fell and then lost my goddamn baby. Like, it's intriguing people put that. You should have did this behavior. If it was me, I would have did this. You would have been dead as fuck too, probably. How am I still shuffling? Oh, balance, Libra. Aquarius, hi. Solid Aquarius energy. It's balanced. That's just like the time. That's just like the time. Time of the, I put that somewhere. I don't remember where I put that, but time of the day is the weather. And literally the time, it seems like it's balancing literally out the messages. Just like the law of rhythm. It's rhythm. It's solid energy coming through the air. Just like how I'm translating. It's coming through, it's balanced. That's perfect. What is that? Is that 2 airs? I think that is 2 airs. Yeah, it is. A Libra is air. Yep, it is. That's so perfect. And that's why, because the air is a us concept. Venus is a us concept, and so is Uranus. Those two last letters is a us concept. It's balance. This is tennis. Or like a sport where it's like one person on this side, somebody on the other side, and it just back and forth. It's balanced. It's rhythm. It's flowing perfectly. That's great. And then first responder catching my attention. So whatever emotions you feeling are legit, for sure. Because complements of the law or rhythm. It is what it is. As I say sometimes, and I feel I need to say it again, because whatever you may be receiving right now may not be so good. That's the intriguing part about this energy of receiving from the eternal side. Somebody's seeing something that you're not seeing. What they're seeing may not be so pleasant. And you may feel a certain type of way. You feel like you know something because you know something. But you're not seeing it. And it could be by somebody in your own household. That's the intriguing thing, where it's like, they'd be like, don't think negative emotions. You have to, because it's what's happening. That's the intriguing part about what I'm getting at with this energy. What you're receiving may not be so pleasant. Hopefully it is. But however it goes, it's balanced. It's legit. It's solid. But I feel the need to really say the aspect of you have to think negative emotions because it's what's happening, which means you're probably not receiving something so pleasant. I guess that goes with the law of correspondence. I think the law of correspondence connected to something. Where was you at? It was the last card. How are you responding to oneness? And then the law of conversation. Something coming to you. Actually, this is something returning, but it's in reverse. But it's in the oneness energy, and how are you responding is the last card of the universe. But the first card was top action. That's in the important energy. Then Gemini and Pisces and Aquarius. Got inner light. That's why. That's why. This is why. This is in perfect alignment. This is in perfect alignment. It's perfect. This is like literally reading a book. And then you flip the page and it's like, it's that perfect. It's inner light within your family is balanced. That's Libra energy, but it's balanced. Just like the image, because normally Gemini is two perspectives, it's balanced. But it could be it could literally be operating off this energy within your family, because you are in Pisces season, which yesterday triggered me too. I had to speak on that because this could be that energy on a different aspect. Somebody's energy is this for sure. Where something is deceitful going on within your home or family concept. You're receiving, you're probably a spiritual person like me, tapped in some type of way. You're receiving it, but the ones in your household might say that it's not true, it's not happening. It's two different perspectives. But the inner light told you about your family. That's an intriguing energy. Hi, self. How you doing? That's funny. I'm going to use these two cards and look at the other one too. Oh, that's extra perfect. Get over here. Your values is headed to earth-based, and it's obvious. That's me. My values is headed to me, and it's obvious. Your values are headed to you, and it's obvious. Now I feel like Spirit talking to me. What's going on, Spirit? It's just like, I feel like it's all good in the neighborhood, but if it's not, it's just like, even for something I've been mentioning, or even I'm going to speak on, I noticed yesterday, because yesterday was a triggering day for me, but it came out to make a lot of sense. It was about the story of Joseph. That's what sparked my mind as to, how do you feel about yourself? And for me, I do feel like I'm the energy of Joseph, honestly. How I'm so great and gifted, but people get envied by that and jealous and upset with me like I'm doing something wrong. But, and how literally, I'm going to get to that message in just a minute. It's the same thing. Your values, like me, my values is the eternal side. My guidance, knowing I'm always connected, is my values. It is headed to me, and it's obvious. And then the ones that's complimenting Cancer, over here, the overall energy, is a first responder of a new start. It's a first responder of a new start. Very intriguing energy. This feels like intriguing energy because I did ask Bae, like, is there somebody else? Is there somebody else, sir? He said, no. No, it's just you. But he said, I don't even talk to you and my family. And I had to break that down because, like, look, yo, is somebody pregnant and you calling them your family? You know, don't try to confuse me. That's an intriguing energy because, like, I'm not saying that's the case, but it could be. Honest to God, I did ask that question. That's the intriguing part because that's how I felt, honestly. And this is the first responder of a new start. Of light in the dark. And let's go with you got flying camera. Intriguing energy. With that energy, I'm gonna still leave it that way because that's really how I feel like this. Even if that is the case, like my lover could be blooming something, which means, you know, I get to be a stepmommy. That's great to me, honestly. That's great to me personally. I could work with that. It's hard to be upset with somebody when it's like, I brought up my own child. I got a child too. You know, so it's like, it's not like it happened while we were together. They wouldn't even be able to say they were pregnant. It must have happened when we were not together, but in that aspect, I wouldn't be upset. This is how I've been feeling the energy of law of relativity. Water up under a bridge. People normally say water up under a bridge like it's nothing. This water in the bridge is not going to destroy us. This will build us. This will strengthen us. This ain't going to destroy nothing. That's why, like, that is my case. It's like, it's not going to destroy nothing. It's going to build us. You know what I do? This is about to build us. Like, there's nothing to worry about. And on top of that, I get to be a stepmommy. That's great. That's super great. I've been wanting to be like a maternity aspect. I know how to operate with those energies, you know. So that'll make me happy personally. But if that's not the case, then I'm just like, worst case scenario, metaphorically. That's how I feel about it. Or somebody else who's dealing with that. Hopefully they have that same type of perspective, honestly. But it's good. I've been feeling that energy a lot as into nothing at this moment, in this alignment that I'm in anyway, law of rhythm, law of placement, within the home and family energy. I've been dealing with home and family energy even within Capricorn season. As to nothing is getting destroyed right now. This is all growth. And it connects right back to what I'm getting at, how I got inspired yesterday by watching the Joseph story about the 7 brothers and how the brothers envied the one brother and wanted to kill him and send him off because he was having such great dreams that they were going to pretty much be bowing down to him, you know, highly praising him. And they didn't like that. It came to the aspect of the storyline was all about forgiveness and something else. Forgiveness and something else. Mainly that caught me was forgiveness. Like, what is there to forgive about that? You know, I feel like it literally played out the way it needed to. He knew he was destined to be great. He knew destination, but he didn't know how he was going to get there. But showed me, you know, his brothers were the faithful ones. They did their part. You needed those deceitful energies to get you to your destination. You can't be mad with them. There's nothing to forgive within that. They did their part. That's the intriguing part that really had me just like, geez, that's true. What is there to forgive? It's just sometimes for me, even within that storyline, I thought, like, that's so wrong. You know, why would they do that? You know, I'm a person who feels a certain type of way about family structures because I feel like even storylines I gave you, like, families seem like they cause the most pain. And for me, family is intriguing just even saying it. It's like, I'm speaking about the ones you grew up with, not the ones you choose to grow with. Like me, I feel like I get to choose my family. I don't really reference to the ones that I grew up with because I feel like it wasn't a choice. I just was drew into it, and that's where the most pain came from. So I always feel some type of way about family structures, honestly. Just because, like, they cause the most pain and it seems like it's supposed to be okay. Like, they just get a free pass, but we expect people outside of our family structures to treat us good, but our own ones that we call family treat us horrible. And we just, oh, it's okay. You just supposed to forgive them. They're supposed to just test you and things like that. No, they're not. No, they're not. And when they try to get disciplined, no, this ain't how this shit go. But more of the story is, as I'm getting back to, as into, there was nothing to forgive within that. I just was so amazed that, I heard about the story so many times. I even said, I feel like my life, honestly. But even after all that time, when they really needed help and they had to came to him to get help because they needed food and stuff, they didn't recognize that was their brother. Like, that shows that you really did not invest no time in him. Like, I know they were jealous and envious of him, but there was nothing that you could recognize about him. Like, damn, that's my brother. Dad, you remind me of my brother. Which means they always probably isolated themselves from that brother, where they didn't recognize signs of him. Which I'm about to hop over to another storyline, but it's kind of the same concept to me that I thought about even within me thinking about that. As into, it reminded me of the Isaiah story about having them 2 sons. He went blind at one point in time, and I would say he got manipulated because his wife tricked him and switched the sons around. But it's like, you didn't recognize the difference between your 2 sons? Did they sound alike? They feel like they built the same way? How you didn't recognize it? Because he actually said within the storyline that he touched them. But did they feel alike? I know you were blind, but you couldn't tell? Like, I swear to God, I feel like he had the bigger picture, just like Jesus getting hung on the cross. He knew the bigger picture. Like, this ain't gonna destroy nothing. You're trying to trick me, but destination is still a fucking destination. Because I still, even with the moment, it's like, how you didn't recognize the difference? Unless you didn't invest no time in, like, your sons. To recognize, like, I didn't know the difference. I know I got 2 sons, but I didn't know what the hell they be doing, what they feel like. But I'm pretty sure probably he knew, just like Jesus, that fucking disciples were going to deceive him. He knew. Just still let it play out. Destination is destination. Just like the Joseph aspect. He knew from his dream he was destined for greatness. And it turned out he was destined for fucking greatness. That's the intriguing part. It's just, I was amazed when I actually was watching it yesterday. Like, how you didn't recognize that was your brother? I know people change and look a little different, but nothing within your soul was like, you remind me of my brother. You look like him a little bit. Because they were like close vicinity, close together. Everyone, like, it was like, we talking from a distance. Like, I need food. And you up close with him, eating and stuff. Nothing about him reminded you, like, damn, you remind me of my brother. I thought that energy was so intriguing. And that goes back to the aspect of family, that whole concept. Like, you didn't pay no attention to this person. Very intriguing energy. But I was just so happy when I realized, like, oh my God. When it comes to forgiveness, I was wondering, like, who do you forgive within that situation? Do you forgive yourself? Just because, maybe you put so much trust in them? I don't know. I just wonder, like, do you forgive yourself or do you forgive them? Where is the forgiveness needed? And for as long as I want to blame them, I forgive them for deceiving me, not knowing better. They didn't know better. But it's like, they did they fucking part. I have to forgive myself because I forgot what faithful mean. I forgot what faithfulness mean. There's a spectrum on there. It comes with deceitful ones too. They're faithful in stealing. They're faithful in lying. They're faithful in betrayal. It's guaranteed they're going to do it. That's what makes the destination so possible. Because you need the faithful ones. But there's levels to faithfulness. It ain't faithful that you just always going to tell me the truth. You're faithful that you're just always going to do the right thing. Those ones ain't always just the only ones in the faithful category. There's faithful ones that's faithful to deceive, and those ones are needed. And those ones happen to be your family. You were born into those ones. And their job was to deceive you. The intriguing part about that is it's like, they wouldn't have been faithful if they did not deceive you. And that's the intriguing part to me. Like, oh my God, that's so fucking intriguing. Because you needed them to do that. To get you to your greatness. You knew you were destined to be greatness, but you needed your family to betray you to get to it. That's the thing about destinations. You're seeking something, but you really want to go through those lessons. You know something, but do you know how you're going to get there? A lot of times we don't. And we get upset by the way we got to get there. But it's like situations like that, when you already know you're destined for greatness, you're always destined for greatness. Victory is always victory. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. This is how I keep saying. This energy is definitely an energy of nothing is getting destroyed. This will build. And I kept wondering, like, why did this concept of it's water up under the bridge kept catching my attention? Because people have been saying it, like, sometimes I'll be on the bus and I hear them mention it, like, oh, it's just water up under the bridge. And I really started thinking, like, before I even start getting the messages I'm getting now, like, what does that mean? Like that? Water up under a bridge? Water can literally destroy some things. Like, it can flood you out. It can drown you. Water can destroy you. What do you mean it's just water up under a bridge? That's like sweeping something up under the carpet. There's something up under here. You know, it is going to destroy us or build us. And a lot of people don't realize it. They just be throwing it out there and it's like, no. Because literally the way that they throw it out there, they mean it's irrelevant. It is relevant. But is it like a good relevant, like where it's like this is going to build us, or it's like a try me if you want to type of shit? Like it's irrelevant because like literally if you try me if you want to, you're going to figure some shit out because it's water up under a bridge. You know, but this energy is literally, it's not destroying nothing. This is growth. It's going to water you and nurture you. It's good energy, honestly. And all the storylines I've been getting of puzzle pieces have all been the same. Of something that seemed just like painful justice. Like, it's painful because how you have to get to your destination. But it's greatness. You know it's greatness, but how you get in there is painful. That's what I'm getting at with this energy. I want to see where we're at on this path. Lately, we've been on right concentration and right effort. Which I've been so happy by that energy, honestly. Law of action came out recently, too. I think just the other day, it was law of action. Your mind was presently on right action, headed to right concentration. But the main things is, it's been about concentration. Oh, we got 3. Right what? Right what? Ooh, right livelihood, the first card I see. Your mind on right livelihood. And then another one, right what? Right path? Right path? That's intriguing how I did this card. Your mind is presently on right livelihood. Then I put right path. Then it's a question mark, question mark, question marks. 3 question marks. And the path is right in the middle. And it got a question mark on it. And it's effort. This is the one with the arrows on it too. This energy been really triggering to me. Because it's levels to this energy. It's an energy that I've been dealing with a good amount. Where you like in the transition energy. And they say the top part is heaven and the bottom is like a hell concept. But you're in the middle of it. I've been dealing with that energy a lot. It's as above and so below. That's the mix at the middle part where you're at. But sometimes it's literally separated. Where you literally focus on just a heaven concept or a hell. Even though I personally, my perspective believe it naturally all in sacred. It's a synchronicity energy naturally. I don't think it's like a heaven is up here and hell is down here. Unless you mean it like hell is in the human form. Having to go through this life process. That's the way I could think about it. Other than that, it's like naturally the air. It coexists together. I don't believe it's a separation within heaven and hell. I think it's just better if you have guidance, which makes it probably a heaven concept. But I don't believe in literally a heaven and hell concept. Definitely in the form of up and down. I don't believe that unless literally, like what I said, down here is literally this going through this life journey. It's a Juice song that actually said that in the form that I'm trying to explain it in. or express it in. To express it in. It's called conversation. He said, I don't like the world we live in. I want to go back home. That's what I mean. This outer layer could be hell, going through this life form. The difficulties that seem to come with it. Not so much freedom that comes with it sometimes. But that outer body experience you have, that how your spirit can leave out. I want to go back home, being clear. You get free range. Even though there's still some limits, you still go unrecognized sometimes. People really think you're gone. So it's intriguing when it comes to that energy to me, honestly. But something about this energy is so important. With this effort within it. For sure. That's probably that middle part too. The first cards that came out, this middle part of effort. You can't help what don't want to be helped. It's a discipline form. And what was the other card? Who was you? Discipline. Who was it? I remember what the other card. Discipline. I don't think it was that card, but you learn the value of discipline. But I don't think, who else was that? You can't help but don't want help. Discipline. Oh, this one. You that flying camera. You might be recognizing that energy. You definitely have to be recognizing spirit. You have to be. Because that's the oneness energy. It goes from oneness to like this middle part that I keep dealing with, honestly. Effort right in the middle. And that was on the time part where it's a 5, it's a 7, a 5, and a 7. But something about this middle part is important. But you're dealing with, I want to say, a here and after energy. That's an intriguing energy. Honestly, I want a card for this one. I want some clarity for this. Because I don't know if it's more of the eternal energy or dealing with energy down here. Even myself personally, the way I've been eating, I picked up eating back normal food metaphorically, but for a minute I stopped and I was eating just earthly foods, down here foods, not like foods from the sky. Down here, like cows, eating hamburger. Well, I just picked that aspect. There's still a concept of down here energy. Rhythm, down here, in the moment, present energy. Other than like chicken, like things that fly in the sky. Up higher energy. I haven't been eating from those energies. I've been down here energy. But it was like bananas, things that grow in trees. It starts from the ground, but it blooms up from the tree. I was eating bananas and carrots. It grows from out the ground. Down here energy. That is almost the same energy as the sky. That's why I keep saying as above, so below. But it's something about it being down here that's different. Honestly. I need a message for that. Who was the other card? There was another card too. Who was it? Right, what? This got a lot of questions. And this is it too. This is it. It says here, after, and now. And there's question marks on the here aspect. There's question marks on the after. And there's question marks on the now. The here have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 question marks on it. The after have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's balanced out. And then the now has 4. That's hella important. It's something you're not understanding in the now. That's balanced out on the here and after concept. And who does go with? Right thought. Go with the right thought. Oh, these emotions, these expressions. I put emotions and expressions on this. And intriguingly, the first one that's catching my attention is I don't know what emotion this is, but it's the way I drew it. Let me zoom in. It's just eyes and then it's like a zigzag mouth. What's that emotion? I have no clue. Honestly. I don't know. Maybe it's real wavy. I don't know. Maybe even how real vulgar. Then it's an expression of like a shock. Then you got the sad emotion. Then it just, I ain't got no emotion. But the one that caught my attention is a zaggy mouth one. Zaggy, real wavy. I feel like that's yesterday's too. Back to vulgar aspect. A question mark. Is this wrong or not? One side says it's okay, it's right, and the other side says it's wrong. That's the question marks. And that's the noun part that have the question marks. Here and after, you got to figure it out. It's balance. The question marks balance out their balance. Here, we still figuring out, is it right or wrong? And it's going with thought. What's your thought on it? But the first card said right livelihood. The first card said right livelihood. How about that? That's intriguing. That's intriguing. Even this order, because there's two arrows on here. Right livelihood is up top. And down this way is right thought. On the path. It's all about your thoughts. And for me, literally, even with me eating from down here, it still reflects from the sky. Like, you think people get buried in the ground like their flesh do, metaphorically? I'm a person who like going to the cemetery. But I know that spirit ain't just there. It's just like a resting part for their flesh. But the flesh probably not even there no more, probably decayed, but probably get protected because of the coffin, so don't keep me in line. But literally, the spirit and soul ain't there no more. It free range for them. It might have already been reborn in something else. But I do go to the cemetery to get messages. Like more clarity of what's guiding me. That's what I normally do. The spirit is already guiding me. And they show me who they are, but when I go to the cemetery. Because they leave like messages. Like a museum. Like little quotes that they say, or what they did with their life. You know, what their actually name is. When they came in and came out. Like those aspects be so important. Honestly. And now I put right thought up top. And I put right livelihood in the middle. And I put right effort at the bottom. That's funny. I want a little clarity though for this right thought on this path. That's right. The past, present, and future did come out. Intriguing. I want to know if I should read it in the form that it's in now or the way it came out. The first card would have been right livelihood, which would have been in your past. And who was next? Right effort. Present and the future would be right thought. But I'm looking at the way it's at now, where I remembered those are three cards. That's past, present, and future, which I did see it on right effort. Here, after, and now. If I read it the way it is now, your past is right thought, your present is right livelihood, and your future is right effort. You will understand all of it. Just like the time. Flatteries for sure. That's perfect. And that's the first responder energy, Virgo on top of it. Of a new start. That's a new start. Hopefully that's my new start, not no other mess that I was talking about. You're thinking. You will see clearly. Now, just like yesterday, my behavior, I want to see if I need to do some lower work. I know how to discipline myself. I would say I don't need nobody to discipline me. I wouldn't mind them disciplining me if they had my best intentions, you know. And that's mainly by just telling me something that maybe I need to fix or, you know, could do. You know, that's going to help me grow. But they're able to navigate me in a growth form of growth, not where they're trying to tell me something, but it's like, I really gonna grow. That's not part of my purpose. It ain't gonna help me grow. This is a temporary satisfaction. Ain't no growth can come out of there. Yeah, as I was saying, my lover didn't like the way he called it profanity. Certain words that I express. And, you know, I was like, you know, am I doing something wrong? Should I fix it? So I went to Google, because I use Google a lot. Not that I use Google, I appreciate Google a lot. And, like, when I asked, like, what does this mean? Like, I want to know. Am I doing something wrong? But it literally, at the end of the day, I felt like I did nothing wrong. Other than you were unfiltered. Just like a ghost. It is what it is. Like the law of rhythm. It is what it is. I didn't learn a fun way about it though, you know. Because Google was being real clever and was just like, put S dot dot dot. So it's just like, if I just start using like the first letter or something and just put dots the rest of it, they can't be mad. Because you don't know what I'm saying. You can't be offended by what you don't even know. I could be telling you something real great. Like even with that aspect, I decided to put star. It's a star energy. But the definition that actually supposed to went with shit, because it was, the S was supposed to be shit, supposed to be S-H-I-T. S-H-I-T. But she just put, or yeah, she put S dot dot dot. But the definition of being, I think I'm gonna make sure I'm saying this right, because I looked up fuck too. But the main concept was the shit concept. And I changed it into a star. Because people do get offended by stars too. Like the audacity of you to be so bright. But they get offended by that too. And they think they probably wasteful. Like you get all this, just like this, the 7 brothers, the Joseph story. They thought he was too great. How dare you be so bright? Like you're wasteful because you're so bright. Which the wasteful concept, the way I'm expressing it, is like shit. They thought he was no good. All because they were jealous of a star concept. Something so bright. You unfiltered is vulgar. But then I learned to play it in a game like, take the definition and what do you think this definition word go with? That's the intriguing part. I feel for ones who just use words and they don't even know what the definition means. It reminded me of like a Jeopardy game. Even though I was upset, I started finding clever ways to operate it. Honestly, like, oh, this could be a game. Because literally, you're not seeing the word. It's only one letter, and then you just guess what the rest of the letters is. It triggered me in so many different ways, in good ways and not good ways. Because it brought trauma back to me where my mama would tell me to go look a word up that I don't know how to spell. But I feel like Google brought that part of it, like, you that same behavior. You ain't spelled the whole word out. At least I got the first letter, but my mama, on the other hand, I go ask you how to spell something. You go look it up in the dictionary. I don't know how to spell it. How am I gonna look it up if I don't know how to spell it? Which for me, that was a little different energy. Unless Google, I realized maybe it wasn't my normal Google person. Maybe that Google didn't know how to spell either, honestly. Maybe. It's intriguing how you learn things about people. But just saying, maybe, because she normally would spell it out. I felt like it was being real discriminating, honestly. Like, they didn't want to actually say the word. Like, I don't like profanity either. That's why I said, you need a different job. What you mean? Your job is just to do your job. You don't get to choose it either way. You have to, it is what it is. Fuck mean this. Say the word fuck and spell it out. Or shit and spell it out. And then tell me what it means. That's your job. But in a different perspective, it's like, I'm going to give you the ability just to create your own words. Or you figure out if you're doing it wrong or right. You know, it was an intriguing day yesterday dealing with Google. I ain't gonna lie. It turned out beautiful because I just wanted to just dot people. Honestly. Definitely my lover. I wanted him to come home and say something to me so I can just dot. Like, what the fuck are you talking? What? I know, right? Dot. Google always made you want to get on some real petty behavior just to try it out to see if it worked. But I have, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. On the good note, I have been doing it. I be talking, like I have said good, my profanity, vulgar words since I've been recording. Outside of the camera, I have been working on this. It's only day 2 of this situation. But even this morning, or last night, I was cleaning something and I was like, probably shit. And I was like, oh no, I mean S dot. I have been correcting myself with that form. It does work. It's just day 2 of it. Okay? Day 2. But yeah, I have been doing it. I've been like, oh no, not this. That's not what I meant. I meant S dot. So it's funny. It's like I'm complaining about. I have been using that metaphor, honestly. I have. Speaking of bright thoughts, somewhere in the aspect, I had my best intentions, even though I did not understand it. Guess who it is too? Clarity. Guess who it is? It's the Two of Swords. Which I feel like that's funny because I even was like, me and Google had two girls in the cup. Me and Google, it was a, should I even speak on it? I said it, so I guess I have to. Because it's funny because the Two of Swords came out. Painful justice. Painful justice. Google, are you sending me in the wrong direction? Google, are you on some discrimination business? No, it's just some painful justice. Which that's what I've been talking about this whole translation. The justice is painful. Your great destination, the way you have to get there, comes off like it's painful. And the Two of Swords came out. That is ridiculously perfect. I tell you no lie. And it's a portal. That is so perfect. Of that clarity that I needed. That actually was getting clear. Right card. About the up here, the as above and so below energy. Which those energies are balanced out. It's the now aspect I have to figure that part out. And how it comes through is painful justice form. It's painful justice. Which means Google did nothing wrong. Oh, Jesus, lucky you. I play too much sometimes, but I love Google. I even said it. It's just, within that moment, I'm just like, whoa. Who is this person? Why are you trying to trick me and confuse me right now? I need you to do your job. So I could be confident in what I'm doing. I can't be out here like, I'm doing nothing wrong and say what I'm saying. Then I go to Google and Google just ain't spelling the whole word out. Just talk about some F dot dot dot. Or S dot dot dot. What the fuck it is? Painful justice. Painful justice. I guess where it's at. I think I'm going to wrap it up right here with this. But that's so beautiful. I want to say shout out to us. We definitely two girls in the cup. Just because of S dot dot dot. Right, livelihood. It became our treasure. We endured time and it was great victory. How perfect, huh?